All right.
I'm gonna let Coach open with a statement. Is everyone settled? You ready? All right.
Once again, definitely want to give a lot of credit to Fairfield. You know, they didn't play well their first game out at the University of Rhode Island, right? It's back-to-back games. We're coming off the same situation. They played a well-coached team, a team that was urgent. They had a lot of tough shots in the first half, right? I didn't like our defensive intensity in the first half, but I thought once we settled in, I thought our defense in the second half was elite. I thought our guys had a different purpose, a different edge, a different physicality. Our offense was sputtering today. You can see our lack of chemistry really showed today, really showed today. So we'll have a week before our next game here. But I also was really encouraged by our crowd today, our energy that was in here today. So I want to thank everybody that came out to watch our guys as we continue to grow. But I was pleased. I was pleased with the second half in particular.
To kind of build off that, the last 25 minutes of defense being what it was, the offense maybe not being what it was, that's not the kind of game Georgetown has won in a while.
Mm-hmm.
Are you encouraged that you guys could basically summon enough to grind out a game like that when that's not something that you've seen very much from this place going on?
Well, traditionally, you know, our teams normally defend, right? The teams that the staff and I, we've been able to coach, and I had the pleasure to coach those young men. I feel we're just going to get better, right? And I thought we made a major jump defensively today, in particular from the last game, the last 25 minutes, and that's something we'll have to hang our hat on, because there will be days where the ball just don't go in the basket. And as you know, the Big East is a tough league. You know, I'm not saying it's Monday Night Football, but it's a very aggressive league. It's a well-coached league. It's the tacticians that are in this league. Defensively, it'll be something we'll have to hang our hat on.
And for Thomas to, again, kind of wear somebody down, wear an opponent down the way that he did today, just what do you see from him being able to follow up that sort of debut with a game that was arguably even more efficient than the first one?
Well, I give his teammates a lot of credit, because they were the ones telling me to get him the ball, in particular Jayden, right? You know, Jayden was the leader of that, seeing that there was a matchup in front of the rim. I'm proud of Thomas as he worked on his running this week, and you know, he definitely was able to finish the game on a high note. He's a little banged up, so we'll have a week to recover. I'm not surprised by that. I'm not surprised when any player has a great game, because that's what they're out there to do. And if he believes in himself, any player who believes in himself and has the backing of their teammates is ultimately going to have success.
Hey, Coach, 18 turnovers, and it seemed like the bulk were unforced. Is that the way you felt, that it was more decision-making than anything Fairfield was doing?
I thought it was basketball 101 for us. I didn't think we kept it simple. We turned it over in the paint probably 9 of those times, and 2-on-1s, 3-on-2s, where we had a numbers game. So, you know, whether we were trying to do too much, I don't know, but that's something we were able to overcome, right? But that's not traditionally how we want to play. We have to really clean that up. And a lot of it was all transition. It was all transition turnovers when we had the advantage, so we didn't even get shot opportunities, throwing it out of bounds, jumping in the air. We'll get better because of it.
The second game in a row, kind of starting off slow defensively. Have you had a team that have done that, and what has been the solution when you've seen that with an Cooley coach team?
I've had many a team start off slow and end up champions, right? And again, it's not today. It's what we're building. I don't think, you know, I think so many young coaches lose focus of where we're trying to go. Yeah, it wasn't our day-to-day with that, but, you know, encourage your guys, praise them for what they do well. This is the stuff we got to clean up. It didn't bite us today. Hopefully it doesn't bite us as we move forward, but it's just something we have to continue to improve on. We've had teams start slow that end up at Madison Square Garden on Saturday, 6 o'clock on Fox.
Let's go to Al Mussini.
And Coach, my question is about the defense, like between the first and the second half. What are some of the adjustments that you made both in your perimeter defense and defense within the paint to limit their scoring?
I don't know if it was so much what we did different was, you know, what we talked about, it was our energy, our effort, and our enthusiasm. I don't think we did anything different. I don't know if the players want to talk about that, but I don't think we did anything different. It was more emotionally and mentally dialing into what we asked them to do. And when they did that and the trust was there, I thought the game changed, right? And the game could have got away a different way for us in a positive way if we didn't turn the ball over, because we had multiple stops. It just, offensively, we weren't very good today.
Was that energy and effort, was that aided by the five-man substitution you did first TV timeout, first half? Did they come in and give you some energy? Did they kind of right you ship a little bit?
There are times where, whether it's nerves, whether it's adrenaline, it just was a coaching thing where, just trying to make a statement or whatever. And I thought the group came in, we call it the blue group, came in and did a great job. Kayvon came in and gave us great minutes. I thought Drew McKenna came in and gave us great minutes, right? So I thought that group did a damn good job.
Let's go back to a follow-up from Alan, then over to John, and back to the post.
My question is for you, Thomas. This is your second straight 20-point game, also your second game from your debut. We don't know the last time since that's happened, but I can assure you it's been a while since your debut game scored 20 points consecutively. If you could give us a little bit on how you're finding your groove this early into the season and how you feel like your chemistry is with your teammates.
Well, me personally, I just try to do anything I can do to help my team win, so my teammates tell me to go out there, dominate, and that's what I just do. And the team chemistry, I feel like we're coming along great, and we just gotta get back in the gym and work on it. So.
Thanks.
And we'll go, John.
For Coach John Titel from Hoops HD, Micah has 10 steals this week. Did you think he would be this great a defender, and how is he doing it so well?
I appreciate you asking about Micah, because again, he didn't have the offensive game he had the other day. I've been blessed in my coaching career to coach some outstanding defensive players. Going back when we were at Rhode Island, when we were at Boston College, to Providence, to Fairfield, he is up there with the best defensive players I've ever coached. And again, I've played against him as well. On the ball, he was a clinic today. Off the ball, a clinic. He's right up there, with, and I'll continue to pound this, as the best on-ball defender in the country. He can defend multiple positions, whether he's playing a point guard, a wing, a 3, a 5, a 10, a 30. He can guard any position in college basketball because he wants to. He has a will and a want. Many young men that have that will and want really exceed anything because it's their drive.
Jayden, to kind of follow up what Ed was saying earlier about wanting to make sure you guys funneled it inside, just what were you seeing as that first half and early second half unfolded, and what kind of nudged it into making those comments?
You mean
For you basically for you saying that, let's make sure we get the ball to Thomas.
Oh yeah, like Coach said, we just saw the matchups. We know how good our big men are. Thomas, he's one of the best big men in the country as a freshman, in my opinion. So I'm always going to coach when I see matchups and tell him to get him the ball. As we see, I don't think nobody can guard him down there, especially when he does what he's supposed to do, get good post position. And he's unselfish. He'll pass it out if they double. So I always tell Coach, look down there, try to get him established early. It's going to open the rest of the game up.
If I can just follow up on how this young man has really grown, right? Again, you have guys that come in, you transfer into your program. I'm really, really proud of what Jayden's voice is. He's one of the main voices on the team. So when you see his growth and maturity, he's destined to have a special season on just knowledge and leadership. So I'm really, really, really proud of how you just answered that question.
Thomas, it seemed like you were maybe a little more efficient than the other night. Did you feel that way, that maybe the opportunities maybe came to you a little bit more tonight, and in general, did you?
Yeah, my teammates and coaches just told me to take my time, like on any time I try to score the ball, and just be patient with myself. So anytime I see like a double come, I'll dish it off, or if I have a one-on-one, I'll just try to get to the basket, try to get fouled, and try to get and one. So.
Jeremy.
Jayden, could you kind of feel that lift when you hit that 3 right before the half, lift up the rest of your teammates?
Yeah, Coach takes that very seriously, like getting the last shot before the half if we can, because every possession counts. So that shot before the half, getting a little lift, like you said, getting a little momentum, it definitely mattered.
All right. Back to
Just housekeeping, Ed. Do you think Drew will be back soon?
We hope so. He wasn't feeling well today, right? We're going to watch the Commanders tomorrow. right? Let's get our Commanders rolling and rocking and rolling. Hopefully get a dub. Hopefully get a dub. So, I'm hopefully he'll be back by next week. He wasn't feeling well at all today.
Okay. Anyone else?
I appreciate you guys.